Hi guys, it's Little Shoulder here, and today we're going to be talking about Animal Crossing. But before we get started, I just want to remind you to please subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps me out. Since its initial release in 2001, Animal Crossing has taken on many forms, spanning video games, trading cards, DSi applicationware, Amiibo, and it even has a movie adaptation. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the Animal Crossing video game series and my least favorite to my favorite. Number 7 was an obvious choice. Amiibo Festival for the Wii U is by far the worst Animal Crossing game to date. Can we even really call it a game? You roll a dice by touching your Amiibo to the NFC reader on your gamepad to roll the dice and watch the game unfold without really doing much. Sometimes you have to make decisions, like which way you want to go on the map, or if you want to invest in turnips, but other than that, the game really just plays itself. Had they just added mini games once a turn, this literally could have been my favorite party game of all time. It was also a slap in the face for them to show us how great Animal Crossing could have looked on the Wii U without seeing a title released for the console. Overall, it's pretty obvious why this is last on my list. I don't think anyone actually really enjoyed this game. Number 6 on my list is City Folk. I know that City Folk isn't a bad game by any means, but in 2008 I was still too engrossed in Wild World to even care that City Folk was a game. As a kid, I thought, why play City Folk, a game that I could only play at home, when I could be playing Wild World, a game that I could bring with me anywhere? It didn't make sense to my 13-year-old brain to work hard on a town that I couldn't keep in my pocket. I'm sure City Folk had some redeeming qualities, but since I have probably less than 40 hours in the game, I don't know what those qualities are. I'll play it and get back to you guys on my opinion later. But for now, since I don't really have an opinion on it, I can't really rank it higher or lower than number 6 on my list. Number 5 on my list is Pocket Camp. Pocket Camp is super fun. In fact, it's so much fun that I had to delete it from my phone because it was all I was doing all day. My roommate recently got into it, so I re-downloaded it, and I'm having just as much fun as I used to. In fact, probably more since they've added a ton of new content. The app now has a Happy Home Designer minigame, which is insanely fun. The addition of fortune cookies is also a huge plus. I love being able to get exclusive items from them. Even without these newer additions, the game was always addictive and fun. I love all the little tasks that you can do for the villagers, and crafting was an amazing mechanic. I'm so glad we're seeing that in New Horizons. Number 4 on my list is Happy Home Designer. Happy Home Designer was a good game. I thought Happy Home Designer was an amazing addition to the Animal Crossing series. One of my favorite aspects of the Animal Crossing series is decorating my house and making it look as cute or themed as possible, so this game was literally made for me. It was so fun to see the furniture that I didn't know existed, and the new mechanic for decorating was seriously amazing. I really hope they never go back to the old way of placing furniture and having to push it around. Happy Home Designer did it perfectly. Happy Home Designer also has an amazing soundtrack. It's a little more folk style than the other entries, and all of the music is so upbeat and happy. I just absolutely loved it. Okay, I've probably gone on long enough about how much I love Happy Home Designer, so let's move on to the next entry. Number 3 on my list is Animal Crossing Wild World for the Nintendo DS. I even got my first Nintendo DS just to play this game, and let me tell you, I played the heck out of this game. Being that it was the second entry we got in North America, I was stoked to have another Animal Crossing game. I played so much of the GameCube title that I couldn't wait to have a fresh start in Wild World. I wish I knew just how many hours I had in Wild World, especially since I know I played it way more than New Leaf, which I have over 3,000 hours in. As much as I played the GameCube game, I felt like Wild World was really the first time I understood what I was doing in an Animal Crossing game. When the GameCube entry came out, I was still about 6 or 7, so I didn't really fully understand what I was doing. However, with this game, I feel like I finally understood what Animal Crossing was all about, and I just absolutely loved it. I remember the first time I sold my turnips at just the right time and made a ton of bells, and how satisfying that was. I'm sure Wild World is only so high on my list because of nostalgic reasons, but hey, it's my list, and I absolutely love Animal Crossing Wild World. Number 2 on this list is probably just for nostalgic reasons as well, but it is in fact Animal Crossing Population Growing for Nintendo's GameCube. Like many other longtime Animal Crossing fans, this game was my introduction to the series, and I loved it. Before I owned my own copy, I remember playing this game at my neighbor's house and wanting it so bad. At the time, I did have a GameCube, but I only had a handful of games. I think my parents didn't really realize that all video games were different, and they didn't really want to get me any more than I already had. But one day, we found Population Growing at a tag sale for $5, and my dad got it for me. It was awesome to finally have the game that I wanted so bad. Also, comparing Population Growing to the newer titles, nothing even comes close to its charm. Details as small as being able to kick balls around and morning aerobics added so much charm that later games lack, at least for me anyways. I really hope that we see some of these charming aspects make their return in New Horizons. Finally, number 1 on this list is of course Animal Crossing New Leaf. Animal Crossing New Leaf, in my opinion, is the best version of Animal Crossing. If you're looking to get into the series, I highly recommend starting with this title. You have more control over your town than ever before. You're able to shop in other players' houses that you've street passed along the way, making customization even easier. And in my opinion, being the mayor is the best change that Animal Crossing has ever made. I mean, yes, how you became villager was extremely bizarre. You just kind of showed up when the actual mayor was supposed to show up, and all of the villagers just unanimously agreed that you were going to be the dictator of their village. But I mean, all's well that ends well, I guess. Well, there you have it. That's my ranking of the Animal Crossing games from least favorite to favorite. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you agree. And if you don't agree, please let me know in the comments below what your favorite Animal Crossing game is, what your least favorite Animal Crossing game is. I would love to know. And please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Bye!